Oh, fucking hate being sick. I turn into such a freaking baby, and that's exactly what. Like, I'm actually here about a little over 2 hours later than when I normally like to get here on a Sunday, because one, it was hard to wake up. I'm coming down with something. I don't know if it's just my allergies or, actually a cold or something, but whatever it is, it had me knocked the fuck out this morning. I didn't want to get out of bed, and I considered this is like 3 Sundays in a row. I've considered taking an extra rest day, and it's usually Sunday's usually the day I consider it because it's back. I head back again on Tuesday, so if I take an extra rest day today, the body part I'm training, I'm hitting again on Tuesday, so it's not really like I'm losing a lot. If it was a day that I say I only train once a week, like legs or um, pretty much legs, I guess you could throw biceps and triceps in there. But even those, I'd kind of be okay with missing just once, if I had to. But I don't have to. But I even said one day last week, it might have been Friday, I'm getting close to just needing a couple extra days. Again, I've said, so I won't hop on it too long, but I've said I'm never going to take a full week off unless just something crazy happens, which I guess you can't completely rule out. But, a couple extra days, I think I might need that, come in and just hit each body part just once. And the couple extra days that I hit chest again and back again, maybe take those days off or something and get a nice 4 days of rest. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I could come out of this and be totally fine and not need to do that. That's why I've been waiting. I don't want to do it unless I have to. But yeah, when I'm sick like this, man, it just makes me such a crybaby. So I'm gonna try not to complain too much today. But it kind of reminds me of this. I think it was a meme or something that I've seen, and it was something like, guys can, like, I don't know, just throw something pretty brutal, like stab themselves or something, or I don't know. That just popped in my head for whatever reason. But they could hurt themselves pretty bad, and pretty much walk it off like, yeah, I'm okay. You know, put a little band-aid on it, we're good. But then the second they get a cold, it's like we're laid up in the bed and it's the end of the world. That's kind of what I'm feeling like right now. But is it gonna make me miss a gym? Hell no. I mean, you got to be mental to think that. Even though I just literally just said I considered skipping today, but I'm here, so no, it is not gonna make me miss the gym. We're gonna get some back training in. Last week or last Sunday, let me be specific because I hit back twice. On last Sunday's back day, I followed my method on that I do on chest training, and I did three kind of heavy sets. Not obviously I'm not doing anything close to max, but a heavy like 8 to 12. I did three sets like that, and then follow that up with a couple back down sets where I lighten the weight. I wouldn't say significantly, but it's something I can manage a little more, control a little better. isolate my back a little better, but it's still a heavy, probably 15 reps. But it's a couple back down sets, so three kind of heavier, two a little lighter, and I got a great pump, man. I got a great pump from that, so I'm gonna try to follow that same kind of textbook kind of lineup here. I I honestly don't know how much volume I'm gonna do today. I've been saying that a lot, but I've been getting really sore the past couple of weeks, which is another reason why I've been considering, maybe I need a week where I get a little bit more extra rest, kind of recover, get back on track. We'll see how it goes. If I only end up doing two exercises, 5 sets here with what I just said, three heavier, two lighter, and then I do another one and I'm kind of blown up, that might be it, you know. But we'll see. The most important thing is, I got to do the sets first to really figure out how it's gonna go. So this will be set number one. I'm warmed up. I'm ready. See what I can do with it. All right, depending on how many reps that was, will kind of determine if I do what I'm about to say, which is add a little weight. I got these two and a halves kind of balanced on the cable here. Might switch one of those out with a five, or maybe both of them at 5 pounds here, because in knowing that gonna do a couple of lighter sets where my form's gonna be, I mean, hopefully, but the idea of my form being tighter, more strict, more under control, more isolation on my back. With these first three, I'm a little more okay with pushing the weight a little bit, climbing, and if I only get 8 or 9, with the last couple being kind of cheaty, I'm kind of okay with that. To an extent, there is a line you don't want to cross, but uh, I think I can go up. I've been doing this weight for like the past 3 weeks or so on this, actually longer. Um, so maybe it's time to go up a little bit. Like I said, if by the third set it's a little, probably maybe a little too heavy or close to it, I got a couple back down sets to make it up. Get more reps and better form. So I can also tell this workout's gonna be hard to breathe. Like I said, I woke up actually Saturday morning feeling a little under the weather. And again, I don't know if it's allergies or if I'm getting a cold. My nose is stuffy, so that's gonna affect some things. It's just gonna, I'm gonna have to focus more and control my breathing and really kind of be in tune and really in touch with what I'm doing. Which I mean, you always want to do that, but I think you guys know what I mean. A little even more so today. So I am gonna do that. I'm gonna grab a couple fives, switch them out these two and a halves, and we'll try it again. Wow, it was actually easier than I thought. But now that I think about it, I did only add 5 more pounds. So what's it gonna take? One rep away, maybe. It's alright though. I mean, it's still improvement. You know, felt good. I could still control it really good actually. You know, it wasn't. I was worried it was gonna be so much heavier that I had to start cheating by rep 5 or something, which is a little too soon for me. Then again, I thought about it. I only added 5 more pounds, so yeah. I mean, it was good. Let's do one more. I mean, I would honestly like to add a little more weight. We'll save it for next week though. I only got one more kind of heavy like this, and then a couple back down sets. So we'll just ride this weight out. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I put that shirt on, getting ready for the gym. Maybe it was the sickness that I'm getting, making me a little loopy. But I haven't worn that shirt in probably over a year, and a little tight, nice and tight. Too tight for me. I like my clothes loose fitting and comfortable, especially when I'm training. Um, so yeah, that shirt's done. It is retired. I'm not wearing it again. But anyways, last last kind of heavy set. Trying to make it good. That's just about a perfect way to end at least this. What I'm doing right here, right now. I think that was 12, 11 or 12. The last 2 or 3 being pretty tough, man. That's kind of right where I was wanting it. All right, man, let's do a couple lighter sets. Try to get a little more emphasis on I'll even say control and the tempo. That was pretty good actually for me going a little on the heavier side. But a little more isolation, hopefully, here on these next two. A little more squeeze on my back. But yeah, let's do 2 more. All right, you guys know the rules here. Since these couple of sets are a little bit lighter, I'm speeding up the rest period a little bit. So instead of my typical, probably about 3 minutes rest, this is only going to be about a minute, maybe a little longer. Whew, that's some good medicine right there. I don't feel quite as sick now. My adrenaline's pumping, blood's flowing. Feel a little better, quite a bit better actually. Now, will I feel it later tonight? Maybe, but I can work out. So here I am. You guys know my rule. I don't usually skip unless I feel like I just absolutely need it. So I actually might do some bent over rows on the Swift machine. I'm not gonna go crazy heavy. Moderate weight. I need to do it again. It's been a while. I quit though because my back was giving me some problems. See if I can do it. Well, that kind of felt like shit. Yeah, I didn't feel the best on my lower back. And not only that, I was planning on probably doing this weight anyways. But normally, back for my lower back started giving me some problems. I was doing 3 plates on each side for sets of 12, you know. So kind of sucks because I want to get it right. I want to get my lower back. I'll try one more. Maybe just I needed a little bit of an adjustment period through a set, because I haven't done it in a while. Let me try one more. I'll do that, and if I feel like a third set is doable, then I will. If not, I might pair this with something else. Maybe do like 2 sets here, 2 sets of one of the machine rows, kind of see where I'm at. But yeah, admittedly, I didn't feel the best, but I'm gonna try at least one more. Oh. How do I how do I explain that that feels good and bad? The first 9 or 10, well, basically the how many it was that I did before I kind of did a little rest pause there. My lower back was just straining and not feeling good, and I did that rest pause to what I thought was only going to be, try to squeeze out just a couple more. And I ended up doing 5, and it felt way fucking better. So I'm just gonna do one more. I'm already here. Hopefully it's not a mistake, and hopefully I don't wake up tomorrow and my lower back is just fucked. Um, but at a certain point I gotta quit babying it and start trying to incorporate it into some movements. I mean, yeah, it's been hurting me, but um, basically I think up to that point where it's gotten better, and like I said, I need to start trying some stuff, see what I can start doing again. So yeah, let's do one more. I might not do a drop set. Just depends how my lower back feels after that. Maybe if I don't, I'll go pair this with a quick light set of one of the machine rows. But yeah, I'll for sure do one more here. Well, that's all I'm gonna do here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that drop set. In fact, I might go do like a big kind of superset. Nothing, nothing crazy heavy. Just good quality reps. Quite a, quite a bit of volume. I think I might call it a day because that was like it's hard to explain. The first set was really bad actually. My lower back was, and maybe a wiser man would have moved on to something else. But I'm stubborn, and it didn't feel quite bad enough that I could justify in my head not trying at least one more. And then, kind of lo and behold, the second set was a little better, and then the third set was better. But again, I was gonna say on one hand, I still felt it in my lower back, but each set got a little better. So hopefully, I'm kind of trending in the right direction here with this, and I can start doing it more again. And maybe I'll get to the point where, like, I won't even do it every week, like every other week. Do enough to keep it in my routine somewhat frequently, then also get some little bit of rest from it, and just give my lower back that much more time to kind of get right, but still be able to use it, on a movement like this. Anyways, let's go do something else. Like I said, just one kind of quick superset maybe, and that might be it. All right, what a pump! What a pump! What started as me considering for the third Sunday in a row taking an extra rest day turned into a pretty fucking badass back pump. And I'll even throw in biceps a little bit too, because you guys know a lot of back stuff. You're going to use your biceps as a secondary muscle. You just can't hardly get around it. You can minimize it, but to completely negate it and eliminate that, it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? All right, what do you say we check it out? All right, I think it was a good workout to start off the training week. I feel pumped. My back already feels quite sore already. Um, here's to hoping I don't get more sick or it doesn't get worse. But you know, I've said it probably 100 times now, and I'll continue to say it unless I'm just dying or physically like seriously hurt. I'm gonna be in here doing something. So I should be in here the rest of the week. It might be, well, you know what? Let's not even speculate. Let's just keep it. I got a good workout today, and that's already kind of a step in the direction that I wasn't even sure was gonna happen today. It's a good step. I got like a fucking hair or something just tickling my forehead. But anyway, so yeah, now I'm gonna knock out some cardio. I think I'm gonna save my ab training for tomorrow. Um, don't really ask me why. It's just I actually feel like doing a little extra bit of cardio today. So instead of like my 12 to 15 minutes, I might push it to 20. Actually, I'm going to push it to 20. So I'm gonna go over there and do that, and we're done, man. Successful back day. Tomorrow will be chest.